Hi. I am Jewel Diamond Taylor, the Self-Esteem Doctor, and I want to share with you some thoughts for today about building up a healthy self-esteem, guarding your heart, and having boundaries. Let me share with you. I was born in Washington, D.C. My father was a gemologist. He had a jewelry store on 8th and 8th Street Northeast in Washington, D.C. And I remember in the jewelry store, he mostly sold watches and rings, but there was a table, like a discount table, and it was the jewelry that was kind of like the junk jewelry. Anybody could pick it up, anybody could look at it, try it on, but there was a glass display that had behind it the more expensive watches, the more expensive jewelry and rings. And I often use that as an analogy. Don't put yourself on the discount table. Don't let everybody have access to you to pick you up and try you on. You belong behind the glass. And if they ask questions, how much is it? They can't afford it. But when you value yourself, you don't put yourself on the discount table. You see yourself as a treasure. You are precious in God's sight, but you have to see yourself as precious. And I had to learn that for myself. Oh, for many years, I didn't grasp that principle. I wasn't taught that. Many of us are not taught that. We're just taught other basic things. But, as a woman, I had to learn. As a wife, I had to learn. As a mother raising sons, I had to learn. As an entrepreneur dealing with customers and people who want to discount you all the time, I had to learn how to value myself. As a woman who was not a model size, I had to embrace my body image and say, this is who I am, and I love myself. As a woman who has made many, many mistakes in life, I had to acknowledge that and say, you know what? I'm growing. I love myself. I'm getting better, and I'm taking myself off the hook, and I will not live with shame and blame. I am constantly evolving and growing. And you know what? Anytime I'm asked to do something, be a part of something, if it doesn't evolve me, then I don't get involved. That is a good sign of self-esteem. Once you begin to realize that you value your time, you value your body, you value your money, you value your gifts, you value everything that God has given to you, the tangible and the intangible. You begin to take better care of your car, your home, your clothes, your jewelry, your money, because you realize that these are gifts. But if you have no sense of self-worth, no sense of value, you abuse time, you disrespect yourself, you abuse your body, you don't take good care of your health, you make poor choices. I've had many years of not making the best choices for my health. But once you get that awareness, once you have an awakening, once you begin to realize that, you were chosen, that you are God's precious jewel, that every day is a blessing and a treasure, you begin to value friendships. You begin to value every breath that you take. You value being able to see, to smell, to taste, to hear, to be loved, to be a friend, to get up in the morning. You value every little thing. Well, I just want to share with you from one of my books. This one is The 12 Faces of Eve. And I gave my readers an indication of what it is when your self-esteem is in danger, when you have an infection and you need an injection from the self-esteem doctor. These are some of the symptoms of a low self-esteem. Taking no action, procrastinating, living in denial, wearing pink glasses like everything is fine, and you're not facing the truth. You're not dealing with facts. You're not dealing with the realities in your life. When you're constantly making excuses, when you compromise what you value, you put yourself in harm's way, you don't pay attention to your finances, your health, your relationships, your job, your education, your credit, when you don't value those things and you compromise them, that is a sign that your self-esteem has an infection that needs an injection from Jewel Diamond Taylor, your self-esteem doctor. When you become indifferent and you're like, I don't care, whatever, that's a danger sign. When you are over dependent, you're always expecting everybody else to do for you, and you don't understand the power that you have of power, dominion, and authority to make choices, to make clear decisions about your vision. When you neglect yourself, when you neglect your relationships, you neglect your health. I know I keep saying that, but this is a key to a deteriorating self-esteem and self-worth. You want to watch out for the people you associate with, because the people you associate with are a direct indication of how much you value yourself. If you have a lot of drama and mess in your life and you feel like that's normal, when you get a healthy self-esteem and you say, you know what, I don't deserve that and I don't want that, you begin to honor your own boundaries. You begin to speak up and you begin to upgrade the people that are in your life because you value your peace, you value your dignity, you value your integrity, you value your faith, you value your relationships. And so you upgrade and you don't hang around people that bring you down. You don't suffer in silence when you have a healthy self-esteem because you realize that you're not alone and you've cultivated relationships that can empower you, support you, encourage you, lift you, pour into you. You realize that you don't know everything. You realize that you don't want to endure and suffer by yourself and that you deserve to be nurtured. You deserve to have love. You deserve to have people that care about you. That is a healthy sign of self-esteem. You don't tolerate disrespect when you have a healthy self-esteem. You're like, not today. Not today. Not having it. When I think about all the past times that I tolerated disrespect, oh my gosh. Ooh, I owe myself an apology. But once your self-esteem and self-worth get healed, you have zero tolerance for people disrespecting you. And sometimes it's your own family or friends, co-workers, boss, church. It can pop up anywhere. But once you say, not today, I know who I am. I'm a child of God and I don't deserve that. Abuse can show up in so many different ways. In fact, I was telling someone the other day that, there's a lot of talk about, physical abuse and sexual abuse. And yes, it exists. And it's a sad situation. It's a reality. It's out there. But emotional abuse sometimes lasts even longer. The things that people say to you, the way people treat you, it can stick for a long time. It can stick. How people treat you, how they talk to you, how they ignore you, how they reject you, how they talk about you, how they misunderstand you, how they yell at you, how they leave you out. That emotional abuse can take a toll on your spirit and your sense of self-worth. This is why I do so much coaching, because so many people have been damaged and abused emotionally, treated like they weren't even there, invisible, don't care, disrespected. And then, of course, this is something else. If you play the blame game, if everything is everybody else's fault and you take no responsibility for the quality of your life, you don't take responsibility for the decisions that you have made, if it's everybody else's fault, this is an indication that you need to work on your self-esteem. When I'm counseling and someone comes to me and everything is about the other person, all the things they did wrong and they had no part in it, that's a red flag. We have to accept that we are responsible for the mess, the drama, the disrespect that we allow into our lives. And I'm telling you, the stronger that your self-esteem gets, you'll have less stress, less mess, and less drama in your life. You will draw a line in the sand and you will say, not today. Or you will say yes to what you want. You will have your voice and you will speak up about what you feel you deserve and what you want in life. I was watching an interesting documentary of Dolly Parton. I love her. She is such a phenomenal businesswoman, a phenomenal songwriter, a beautiful spirit. And I was watching her interview, and she was saying that when she was young, they were showing clips of her earlier interviews when she was in her 20s and 30s and 40s. And she was saying, I know who I am. I want to be a superstar. I know I should be paid equally as the male country singers, and I'm going to get it, and I demand it. I know my worth. And I said, wow, what an injection for the infection of low self-esteem to hear someone say that out loud without apology. I know my worth. I know my worth, and I know who and what I want to be. And she has achieved that. Yeah. Find the people in your life that can feed into your self-esteem cup. Find the people in your life that can be either a virtual mentor to you, a virtual inspiration to you, or face to face as I do, or online or Zoom or phone. Find people that can pour into you and help you to fill up your cup of self-worth. Thank you so much for watching today. This is Jewel Diamond Taylor. Be blessed and stay in the light.